Thank you, Kareem. Thank you, Kareem. As a candidate, President Biden didn't say there will not be another foot of wall constructed that except what was appropriated in 2019. He said there will not be another foot of wall constructed in my administration. So something changed. What?
You want us to break the law. Is that what you want? You want us to not comply with the law?
I'm not.
But you want us to not comply with the law. You want us to not be in administrations that follow the rule of law.
You guys do this all the time. The student loan forgiveness program. You went to court to fight for that. If this is such a problem, building 20 miles of wall, why not just go to court?
We went to Congress. The Congress appropriates the funding.
Why not
Congress,
fight them more?
Congress appropriates the funding. We asked them to not use that funding for that particular purpose. They denied it, and now we're complying with the law.
If you have to build a border wall, but you don't think that it's going to work, then once it's done, are you just going to tear it down?
I'm not getting into hypotheticals from here. I'm just telling you what I can tell you from here. The facts are that DHS is complying with the law. This is from this was under fiscal year 2019 under Republican leadership, and DHS is required to do this. The president asked multiple times of Congress to reappropriate. They did not, and we're not complying by the law.
It's ridiculous bullshit.
Rita, just want to follow up very quickly. You said that it's not new, but to be clear that this was posted on the Federal Register overnight on October 4th. So just to be clear about this, the president earlier today said that he was asked, does the border wall work? He said no. But in this statement that was posted within the last 24 hours, the Department of Homeland Security Secretary says there is presently an acute and immediate need to construct physical barriers and roads in the vicinity of the border of the United States in order to prevent unlawful entries into the United States. So who's right? The statement from the DHS Secretary overnight or the President's comments today saying they don't work?
So a couple of
Ooh, that's a bingo.
things. Yes, it showed up on the register.
Thanks, Karine. If you'll take another question on the wall.
That my colleague, Elizabeth Alexander, over at the First Lady's office, who's our communications director, and just to be clear here, and we want to, make sure that folks understand, just in case you guys didn't see her statement here, and it goes as follows. The President and the First Lady care deeply about the safety of those who work at the White House and those who protect them every day. They remain grateful for the patience and support of the U.S. Secret Service and all involved as they continue to work through solution. Commander is not presently at the White House, on the White House campus, and while next steps are evaluated. That was a statement that came out from the First Lady's office, and so I will certainly leave it there. But no, as it relates to me, I was never weary of a commander. I've seen him many, many times, and so I can only speak for myself, though, and I can't speak to anything else outside of that.
Blah, 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 blah.
I'm surprised. I've been bitten by a dog. If there was a dog that had bitten 11 or 12 other people, I'd be a little nervous around that dog. Why weren't you?
I mean, I'm not sure why this has to do anything with me. I was just not nervous at all. So that is not a concern for me. That is not something that I can't speak to anything else outside of what you have heard from the First Lady's office. And so I'll just leave it there. All right.
Can you make the dog available for questions?
Do you want me to bring the dog into the briefing room? That should be fun. That should be fun. Go ahead.
Thanks, Karine. If you'll take another question on the wall. You said, quoting the president, that he did not believe that a wall was effective, and you, in your own words, said that it would be a waste. I wonder if you could talk about why a wall is ineffective.
Why?
First of all, he was asked, do you believe, let me get the exact, do you believe, by your colleague Selena here, do you believe the border wall works? He said no, right? He answered that directly. So we believe there are more effective ways of dealing with this, dealing with the border security. And so, of course, we have repeatedly asked Congress to make sure that CBP have the resources they need to do their jobs. And we think there are other ways to do that, whether it's smarter, more effective border security measures. And so like border technology, we believe that works when you modernize that, and also land ports of entry. We believe that's what works.
What the hell is that?
Thank you, Kareem. Thank you, Kareem. As a candidate, President Biden didn't say there will not be another foot of wall constructed that except what was appropriated in 2019. He said there will not be another foot of wall constructed in my administration. So something changed. What?
You want us to break the law? Is that what you want? You want us to not comply with the law?
I'm not.
But
asking
you want,
about
but you
if
want
he
us
was
to not comply
declarative.
with the law. You want us to not be in administrations that follow the
You
rule
guys
of
do
law.
this all the time. The student loan forgiveness program. You went to court to fight for that. If this is such a problem, building 20 miles of wall, why not just go to court?
We went to Congress. The Congress appropriates the funding.
Why not
Congress,
fight them more?
Congress appropriates the funding. We asked them to not use that funding for that particular purpose. They denied it, and now we're complying with the law.
If you have to build a border wall, but you don't think
Welcome to The Journalist. which were not published due to the embargoes imposed by the Kremlin on Russian media sources and which were tried to be covered up, have come to light thanks to the latest posts and assessments published by the US. The published figures also clearly reveal Russia's interface in the Ukraine war. The reason
Thank you, Kareem. Thank you, Kareem. As a candidate, President Biden didn't say there will not be another foot of wall constructed that
to COVID. And, you know, we had so many people that did such a great job in this country, but we had this country going. We had the greatest economy in history. We had no inflation. We were all of the things that we talked about with energy. We were at a level that we've never been at, and we were ready to rock and roll. And then we had a terrible result in an election that should have never happened. We ended the NAFTA disaster, the worst trade deal ever made, and replaced it with USMCA. Nobody thought that was possible. The congressmen here, most of them didn't think it was possible because we had to go through Congress. We had to end it. It had tremendous constituencies. The best trade deal ever made was the USMCA, and it was a giant win for Florida farmers and growers and producers. You know that. Tremendous win. I appointed nearly 300 federal judges and 3 great Supreme Court justices, which has been amazing. I kept my promise and recognized Israel's eternal capital and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. I also recognize Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights. And really, probably most importantly, but they did nothing with it, I withdrew from the disastrous Iran nuclear deal, but they were supposed to do something with it. And you could have, because Iran didn't have any money. For 4 straight years under the Trump administration, I kept America safe, I kept Israel safe, and I kept the entire world safe. We were safe. We had nothing. This is shocking, what's going on. What's going on now is shocking. All over the planet, our enemies knew that if you try to kill our citizens, we will kill you. If you spill a drop of American blood, we will spill a gallon of your blood. That's what it was. And it wasn't a threat. That was just the way it was going to have to be. And we do it because we want to make sure that we're not starting wars. We didn't have to start wars. In the debate with Hillary, beautiful Hillary Clinton. She said, look at him. Look at the way he